Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are, that you are safe and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. Yes, again, I'm not standing in my usual Sunday musing position. That's Charlie, my rooster, because it's so hot outside. So I'm standing in the shade of these big trees behind me, and I'm afraid you're just going to have the not super pleasant background behind me. There's some tyres and some other stuff there, but there's also my greenhouse, and my greenhouse is cool. So if you haven't gone and checked out my chicken and garden update, do that, because so much is growing. Anyway, thank you last week to all of you who commented on the video about paying over or under MSRP. I was hopeful that I would have a mixture of comments, and I did. So it's great to hear from those of you who paid over MSRP and why you did, as well as those of you who were like, I would never pay over MSRP. That was a really nice thing, because sometimes comment sections can be quite one-sided, so I'm glad I got a mix of responses. Also, let me know if you watch this video. Do you follow it? Do you go to our website and read the post associated with the video, or do you just watch it on YouTube? I would love to know. That's not the question for today. That's just kind of a supplemental extra question. No, what I want to talk to you about today is the next year phenomenon, right? The idea that you're going to hold off on getting a new thing because next year's version is going to have some fancy new feature that you really want. And in the EV world, that can be, oh, LFP batteries are coming soon, so I want to wait until I can get an LFP battery for my EV. Or next year's battery pack is going to get like 20% more range. I want to wait for that. Or it's going to get more power. Or maybe you're holding out for solid state battery technology. Maybe you're holding out for a vehicle with NACS. I know some of you are. So tell me, are you someone who has held off buying a new vehicle because you're holding out for a new innovation or technology that is coming to the EV world? I've met plenty of people who've done it, so I know that there are some of you out there. I don't know how many of you would be free to admit that, but I would love to talk to you and I would love to hear from you. Because I think that is something that we all get trapped in, right? Whether it's computer technology, whether it's phones, whether it's cars, we all get sucked into well, this year's technology does this, but next year's technology does that. And I've always been someone who's tried to live in the now, but I will also admit that even I sometimes look over the fence and go, oh, maybe I could just wait for the next thing. A good case in point. I am a bit of a nerd, in case you hadn't already realised that. And I have a home automation system, and I have an outdoor weather sensor, weather station, but I've just purchased an air gradient, an outside air quality monitor, because I want to have data on how clean the air is where I live and also how clean the air is in my home. So I've got a couple of indoor air gradient, home assistant compatible air sensors, and then one that sits outside as well. And Air Gradient are great. They have open source everything. You can actually build your own boards using their schematics and their designs. That's rare in a company, but I've got these units coming. But at the time I ordered them, the company announced a new outdoor air quality sensor, the Air Gradient Pro, I think they're calling it, that is solar powered. And I was looking at it going, oh, yes, I could have a solar powered station to go outside. And then I thought about it and I was like, do I really need to wait for an open source solar powered system when the one that they're already selling already ticks the boxes that I want? So I convinced myself that I didn't need to wait and just went out and got it. And it's on its way right now. Hopefully it arrived in the country just before the tariffs kicked in. At least that's what I am led to believe. Hopefully it will arrive later today, but who can say? But the same is true for cars, right? I know people who waited for the next year of the F-150 Lightning because it was getting some extra feature that wasn't available in the year that they had it. I know a lot of people did wait for the adding of the onboard scales. So my truck doesn't have the scales, my original truck did, and then we had the parts shortages because of COVID, so they were removed, and now the new trucks have those scales again. I don't use the scales, so I was like, I can live without it. But there are certain things in the new F-150 Lightning that I definitely couldn't really comfortably live without, like a spare wheel or the double charger that is on my truck that isn't on the new year of the same truck, because Ford was like, most people don't use it, so we're going to take it out. I actually do use it. It's very useful, especially living out in the country, to be able to recharge the truck as quickly as possible, especially if we're in the middle of power cut season. So I would love to know in the down below if you have held off buying a vehicle because you're waiting for that next big thing, whether it's new battery pack, new technology, a new OTA update, or something like solid state, or whether you've actually done the opposite like I did. You was like, no, I need to have the previous model year because the previous model year has got all of the features that the new model year has just had removed through decontenting. Let me know in the down below, and I will be back next week as usual with another Sunday musing. Hopefully the weather will soon stop being quite so hot and start being a little bit more bearable, and then we'll be back to our usual position on the driveway.
Thanks for joining us today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page down below, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky, or in fact, now our new website. Thanks to the list of names scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of supporters who make this channel possible, helping us through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and helping us to remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. We've got options available across a range of different price points from $1.50 US a month. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Michael Anders, Tim Lynch, Kuriakos, Keith Irvin, Eric Printer, Chip Chandler, Marek Kowalski, Thornelli, Jake Alper, Howard Robertson, Dan Bow, Rex Baker, Bob F, Mark Brooks, Norman Davidson, Jean Lim, Lee Goldberg, Joseph Jarvis, John Taylor, Yaya, Kira Bell, Jim Richard, Andrew Honeycutt, Lee W. Benjamin, and Hector. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member today for your moment of fame, and you can now even gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and you can also send us a check through an old-fashioned PO box. There's a link to our website with the address below. Below, you'll also find links to our swag store, and if you are someone who has to shop on Amazon, please consider using our affiliate link so we get the commission, not Jeff Bezos. So we can continue to focus on making our content even better and reduce burnout. We are a little fresher these days with the days we release content, but we do plan on dropping new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on this channel, plus something on Sunday over on Transport Evolved Take 2. If you want to watch more from us, the algorithm that hates us thinks you should be watching this video, but this one is one that we think you will also enjoy. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and don't forget to resist. Keep evolving.